Had a look, then lowered the eyes and just popped it out to Ballantyne, who's made a remarkable return to footy. 2 goals. And still appears as though he wouldn't blow out a candle. Runs inside the 50. Kick is on the way, and it's gun barrel straight. The little fella. The little fella is pumping, and so are Fremantle.
Fremantle will kick the first goal of every quarter. Ballantyne, the third and the fourth. So 3 goals for Ballantyne, 3 goals for Walters, and we talk about it at half-time, Tim. It's a lethal combination. 6 goals between them. It's going to be hard to beat them.
That's right, and they have been the difference, haven't they? The fact that they've been able to kick goals at that end of the ground for Fremantle, and they've been a lot harder to come by at the other end of the ground. He's kicked 3, and he's just happy to be back out there again.
So first Walters, and now Ballantyne with 3 straight. Ballantyne's biggest bag of the season. And again, it becomes harder and harder for the Sydney Swans. Fyfe, he gave it up to Kennedy, who did well to get his boot to the ball. Now Jetta didn't get the kind bounce. Lloyd, it's knocked away from him, and Spur just sees it over the line.
It seems as if the spray from Ross Lyon did work. Quick goal there. I was standing over near the Swans huddle, and we could actually hear what he was saying 50 metres away. So they gave him a good spray, and the Fremantle Dockers have reacted.
Tippett worked his way in front, could almost have got a free kick then. Ibbotson, such a good season. Taken high, wanted a free, didn't get it. Goods on top of him.
Oh. Lucky there, the Dockers. Afterthought to try and attempt to get rid of it. Sandlin's could have got a free there as well. Clung to Mundy. Tumbles one towards half forward. Richards over the top will be penalised. Pavlich will get a free kick. And Walters is breaking towards goal. Pavlich, well, miscued with a kick. It goes out wide. Rampy, a natural left footer. Run down by Walters. Kept the footy though. Walters didn't stick the tackle. Rampy drives it around the outer side. So much for being a natural left footer. About 6 rows back. That was really, no pressure.
Really poor play. He had to just turn himself inside a little bit. Hannebery had made beautiful position.
Sheridan. Right on the wing. Short. Oh, De Boer dropped it. Still in play though, De Boer. That was okay. Mundy crashes through a would-be tackle. Goes to Sheridan. They're using the ball a lot. They haven't gone very far. Barlow paid the mark. No. Oh, that's really tough.
That's really tough, though.
Yeah. Not sure Barlow knew it was a mark.
Everyone else stopped. Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone else said, I can hear what you're saying.
The umpire taking it on board. That is really 50-50, isn't it? It's marginal because you can understand what happened to both parties. Barlow feigned to go. Jones reacted. Perhaps he wasn't sure it was a mark either. But anyway, he's got the 50 and should get the goal. And they will take it every day of the week. And as Baz said, he's been very strong in the second half. Not Baz, Barlow.
Barlow. Biggest lead of the game now, Den. 25 points. Still early in the final term, so there's time on Sydney's side, but can't keep coming back forever.
There's time, but they're going to have to kick 5 goals to win this game. They've kicked just the 5 to this point in the game.
Listen to that Purple Army. They've taken the volume up a notch. Getting closer and closer to no preliminary final football in Melbourne this year. Fyfe kicks out of the middle. Pavlich, it was just away from him. Richards gathered it nicely. Laidler back to Richards. Hannebery swings the ball out to the voice of Rowan. Quiet afternoon, Rowan. Just his 3rd disposal coming up. He's not not sure where to go. He's got Goods in the middle of the ground. It's a risky option. He takes it, and Goods takes off. Brilliantly done by the veteran. The dual Brownlow medalist. He's been close to their best. McVeigh, he got Spur in the air. He kicks back towards the top of the square, and Everton read it well. It had too much on it, the kick.
What a ball kick.
How good was Adam Goods again then?
Yeah.
Play on.
And Rowan took forever to release the footy, and then the finish was poor. Everton drives to the outer side. Majestically, Fyfe over the top of the pack. Started so well, goes short. Johnson dropped an easy mark, it seemed. McGlynn's in there. Hasn't been a presence this afternoon. Normally a real scrapper. There he is.
Just seems as this game is starting to really break open. Fremantle getting on top. They've activated their sub. Subban has a great year, quiet game today. He's been subbed off, and Pearce has come on for his first run for today.
Clark, quiet game from him too. Hannebery trying to burst his way through. It'll come in again. So what about Sydney from here on in, Tim, if they can't find something remarkable? They play the winner of Richmond and North Melbourne. Zungu. Rowan. Kennedy again it was that got it out his way.
Mine.
He's played his heart out then, Hannebery, this afternoon.
31 disposals. Kennedy 35.
Holding the arm, Sydney. Holding the arm,
Clark
Sydney.
has given away that free kick.
Mike
Yours, mate.
kicks inside the forward 50. Coming up is Dawson. Tries to thump it away now. Dawson might get a free for a push in the back. Tippett standing the mark now. Tippett's done a lot of rucking today. More so than Clark.
And he's starting to look a bit tired too, Dennis.
Yeah.
Dawson led him to the ball again on that occasion.
High kick to the outer side. Clark goes up and takes a chest mark.
Next ball, home.
Sends it beyond the wing. Pavlich always the target. Hands to it. Recovers well on the ground. Shrugs free. Kicks for Ballantyne. Ballantyne on a collision course with Cunningham. Arriving quickly, McGlynn. Gives it to Laidler. Laidler comes to half forward. Don't know what this is about. Goods has got the football. Just drops it over the man on the mark. Johnson needs to come. Got a fist on it. Towers goes after it. Everton slides in. Hannebery a chance. In goes Bazungu.
Holding Fremantle.
Held too long.
Zungo.
Bazungu gets the free kick. He's at left half back.
So with every minute that goes past, Fremantle absorbing the pressure. Harder and harder for Sydney. Pavlich, the target. Lloyd read it off the hands well. Jones tried to weave it through. I think he wanted to get Lloyd. He got Hannebery instead. That'll do. Kennedy, long ball. Tippett, Dawson, Tippett. Tippett gets the free.
Sydney. Go through. Go through.
Well, that was all about his size.
He's been all hard today, Tippett, hasn't he?
Oh, he has. Yeah, no, he's had a really good month of footy.
Well, needless to say, Tim, he's just got to nail this goal.
Well, the last kick he had was from a similar position, and it went gun barrel straight.
Second consecutive day, 2 finals in Perth. Another crowd over 40,000. Tippett's kick is home, and Sydney still alive. 2 for Tippett. A lion-hearted performance. He's been at both ends, hasn't he? He's rucked, he's competed, he's been the target.
Well, the thing is, he's looked like their most capable forward, but he's looked their best ruckman too when he's been the ruck, and you feel like they've lost a bit of momentum each time that he's been taken out of the ruck. What can Pike do now? Let's have a closer examination of this free kick. You just see there, I mean, that's the critical part there. Dawson just hanging on. Tippett trying to escape. Dawson, arms all over him. Definitely a free kick.
Back in the middle. Another ruckman touched it on the way down. Came back to Sandilands. De Boer's quick kick. Just floats still inside the centre square. Rowan paid the mark. Shaw goes out wide. Jetta. Time the enemy of Sydney now too, over the top to Cunningham. If in fact they've got enough gas. McGlynn down towards the pocket. Tippett again. Awkward half volley beat him. Dawson slow to get back. Not so the man who was chasing Heaney. Mundy grabs it. Goes to Sutcliffe. Hot one. Taken down by Jack. And we'll have a boundary throw in. About 20 metres around from the behind post.
There's no doubting Sydney still think that they can win this game.
19 points, Tim. It's going to take 4 goals. Sandilands up in front. Taken by Mitchell. Swings it around into the post.
Gee.
Oh, such a good take and release. And into the post. 18-point ball game. It might not take 4 goals. 3 and a couple of misses might get the job done.
Nicely worked out. Rungu in the pocket.
Both Fyfe and Ballantyne, fantastic returns today. Fyfe with the 28 touches, Ballantyne the 3 goals. Just having a bit of a rest on the bench at the moment, getting some work done, but they'll be pleased to get through today, no doubt.
The ball, quick hands away. Walters pushed as he kicked, close to the boundary line. Oh, look out. Boundary umpire was the first man up. Well done to the umpires. Meantime, Richard Shaw pinpoints the ball. Goods is wound back the clock this afternoon. Coming to the football, McGlynn into space. Cunningham, remarkable. Sydney running this game out so well. Goes looking for the leading Heaney, reaching over the top. What a timely mark. But Sutcliffe in the shadows of the grandstand, approaching the midway point of the term, and Sutcliffe's away.
Speaking of shadows, Walters hiding.
I agree with you, Dennis. I think they're running and spreading better than Fremantle at the moment, Sydney.
Walters kept it low. Pavlich couldn't quite mark it. Bobbled around in the hands. He kept going the Pav. Forced the ball forward. Clancy Pearce. Now Mundy. He's had it a long time. Cunningham had him. No free. Pavlich again with the football in his hands.
How powerful is he, though, Pavlich? It took 3 players then to bring him down. He covers the ball and commands space as well as any player still in the game.
Mundy, Neil, quick hands. Sheridan found a way through. Kicks it up towards the wing. Sandilands surrounded the football, enveloped it, gave it across towards a teammate there, Pearce. Pearce goes inside the forward 50. Last roll of the dice here for Sydney. They can't concede. Rampy, some indecision with Rowan. Rowan goes back across the goal front to Rampy, if you don't mind. And Rampy glares at him and then slaps the ball across the line. I couldn't believe that, Rampy. Rowan has been out of sorts completely.
He has. He's looked really iffy today. Even running for the ball there, he didn't look like he's struggling with his leg.
Oh, and even the kick then out of bounds on the full.
He's been troubled by that knee, that right knee.
Sandilands has broken a world record today, Tim. He's gone past Gary Dempsey's 1982 mark of 952 hit-outs in a season. Now, his world record will probably be broken tomorrow by Todd Goldstein, but even so, just for a short time, he's the world record holder. And listen to the crowd and look at the crowd.
They want him to have a shot at goal.
Oh, they're having the kick with him. Surely not. He does the team thing. Pops it to the top of the square. Pavlich, not quite. Clancy Pearce, Fyfe. And then Daniel Pearce. Was it out of bounds already? It must have been.
No. Watch out, I know.
So throwing in now. Boundary umpire. Let's see this one.
Whatever this boundary umpire does this afternoon, it's okay with me. He got flattened, he got straight up, beat the players up. Players should be ashamed. After the boundary throw in, Barlow is in there, Shaw. Won a hard ball, off the ground, Ballantyne. It spins back, taken by Rampy. Well, he beat a hard man there, just fended Fyfe off. The kick comes to the 50, and Neil takes the mark. Is the short one on? It's a crowded forward 50. Neil goes for the short one. In all respects, it clears Ballantyne. Runs free at the back. Fyfe. He's taken down by Jones. Jones didn't give a corner. He surprised Fyfe there. Fyfe was looking at him, needed a name tag to identify him, and Smith wouldn't take a sideways step.
That's one of the best parts of his game is his tackling, kept low.
Pike up, won it down. Lloyd's kick, well, out of bounds on the full again. That was right on the line too. Well, obviously it wasn't. It was just over. So Hill, next one, makes it virtually impossible for Sydney. High ball, Sanderlands! Not paid the mark. Richards, well, he had it so long. McVeigh, Hannebery looked to mark. Crowd letting the umpires know. Cunningham, Goods, still they move the ball forward, Sydney. They won't lie down. Ball comes out to Jack. Got it from Cunningham. Now Jetta in some space. Needs to go all the way. He's got virtually no one to give it to. Shaw runs for him. Inside 50. Can they finish with a goal? No.
And that's a tired kick from Shaw, who's just run from one end of the ground to the other. It's been a really good performance. Just look at this mark again. Did he have it long enough? I reckon he did.
That is a mark.
He would have been able to read the fine print on the footy.
That's the definition of a mark. To the outer side, off hands, Clark, close to the boundary line. Grundy takes on all borders. Oh, quick hands by Main, Neal, Pearce. Barlow's away, big second half, short Pavlich.
Walters is free here, Dennis.
Yeah, in the middle, not seen initially by the Pav. Goes looking for Ballantyne, not sure what he was thinking. Arriving quickly was Jones, he's been impressive. Gave it to Jetta, opportunity missed. Pearce juggles the mark. Just forward of centre wing, one of the square. Sends a high ball, Walters backs out of the contest. In front, Fyfe, had it thumped away by Rampy. Taken in front there by Jetta. Gives it to Jones, in two minds, make that three. Goes to Lloyd. Lloyd hesitates, he's across half back. Brings it back to the corridor. Why not? He saw Kennedy. Kennedy gives it to Shaw. He hasn't stopped running, Shaw. Comes out to Mitchell. Mitchell a short one. Gooch will need to go. Gutsy mark.
Michael, out play.
Michael Johnson was coming hard at him. They've been together for a lot of the afternoon. Goods terrific. Paid the mark, Mitchell. It was only just 15. Plays on quickly. Tippett's on. He didn't hold it either. That one probably the right call, and now a throw. Well, Tippett, who's tried his heart out all day, did everything but bring the ball to ground.
There's been some errors in this final term, hasn't there, by players? And I put it down to not just pressure, tiredness. He should have swallowed that one, though, Tippett. It was a beautifully placed kick.
Close to the boundary line. Pavlich couldn't hang on, off hands. Walters taken high. Oh, wow.
Ray Chamberlain, but he ducked into that.
Yeah, he must have.
Here's a throw, just a shovel out there from Tippett. Dockers just dodging a bullet there.
In front, Tippett. On the tap, intended to Kennedy. Just missed him. That was enough. Pearce, De Boer, off balance. Fyfe, brilliantly done. De Boer sustained his run over the head of Ballantyne. They rush back. Jetta's in the front position. Grabbed by Ballantyne. Jetta beat them all on his knees. Won a hard ball. Comes away with dash. Kennedy just about out of dash. Gives it across to McVeigh. McVeigh through midfield to Shaw once again. He's been relentless, Shaw. Demands that somebody come at him. Heaney does and takes the mark.
Plays on quickly into the pocket.
10-9, 4 metres.
19 points is Fremantle's lead. 7.5 minutes remaining. And Tom Mitchell has the ball right on the fence.
And he'll get the protection of the grandstand here as well.
26 disposals for Mitchell, the 22-year-old. 27 now, it's a high ball, there's a whistle.
Sydney, grab these jumpers.
Sydney's free kick.
Clear hole. It's a clear hole. Sydney. That's your line. Mark's here.
Well, Zach Clark.
Back here.
It's been a dirty afternoon. This to make the margin, just 13 points as it was at quarter time and three-quarter time. Just over 7 minutes on the clock. Tippett has kicked the goal. He's got his third and it's game on at Domain. And makes up for the one that he dropped.
And there's still plenty of time on the clock for Sydney to score the 13 points, 3 goals. Fremantle have really struggled at that other end of the ground, though, to be able to find targets and then retain possession of the ball. How many times have we seen the Swans in this quarter alone just rebounding off half-back? This is the free kick against Clark. You see the hold there, grab the jumper. Just too easy for the umpire to spot.
Margin 13 points, back in the middle. Sydney have not stopped running. It's been quite remarkable. Fremantle coming off the rest, of course. A lot of these players, at least. Out of the middle, De Boer. Untidy kick. Tracking it back, Lloyd. Over the shoulder, Grundy. McVeigh. They will not be denied, these Swans. McVeigh breaks away. Here they come again. Long, dangerous ball. And Heaney is marked. 45 metres out. Needs to settle. Don't do anything rash.
I reckon, Dennis, if he didn't have the bandage on his knee, he'd be confident about getting the distance, but it really has impacted on his kicking. And Sutcliffe on that, Sheridan, I think it was actually playing on him man-on-man, was all worried about Heaney and not worried about the ball. Heaney just played the ball in the air.
So Heaney, by the look at him, thinks he can get the trip. A tale of two cities. He's on the 50. Kick is on the way. Perth breathes a sigh of relief. That would have been something.
Are we going to be back here next week?
So 12 points. Well, Fremantle at home in their next fixture regardless. Sutcliffe. So 13 points at quarter time, 13 at three-quarter time. It's just two straight kicks. Sanderlands, Clark, Hill, they work it out. Down the line, Pavlich in front, marks.
He's taken that position all day, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's been very good.
Richards has been either happy to concede front position or just hasn't had the strength to get around him when the ball's left the boot. And Pavlich concedes a little ground now.
Pavlich has played a lot higher, and Teddy Richards, he likes zoning off in defence, making it a 2-on-1, so they've certainly identified that, got Pav up the ground and trying to expose Teddy Richards.
Sheridan have held it a long time here, Fremantle, run a little time off the clock. It's a poor kick, out of bounds on the full, so they give the ball back with 5 minutes and 5 seconds on the clock. Two straight kicks and scores will be level for Sydney.
Plenty of time. As Laidler sends it back towards half forward. Tippett in front. Good grab. He liked his game today. Sends it inside the forward 50 once again. Big pack at the drop. Well, Fremantle didn't contest too well. Down goes Johnson. Wrenching the ball out of there was Neal. Gives it to Fyfe. Hand passes to Sheridan. His kicking's been poor today. This one no exception. Wanders back towards the middle. Well, it found Main to De Boer. Now Walters. The lead-up man again is Pavlich. Nobody back. Sydney have got the numbers. Pavlich delays. Gives it to the left footer. Walters goes looking for Ballantyne. Timely fist there from McVeigh. Cunningham was taken down. McVeigh falling to the turf. Put it in front of Goods. And the veteran runs away. The outer side. Sends it down towards half forward. But the mark is taken by Sutcliffe. Timely mark. Plenty of time. Plenty of leads on to our broadcast side. Johnson. Wider still to Fyfe. Probably they need to go back and just run a little time off this. Although Sydney manning up behind Fyfe. Good footy.
Fyfe then. Ball back on the wing. A minute of time run down. Pavlich couldn't mark. Laidler. Jack. Back to Laidler. They need to take it on. No time to muck around now. Sydney. McGlynn's got it. Heaney leads. Rowan breaking. Rowan gets the footy. Now Heaney's gone. He can go shorter to Towers. Again, slow to move it on, but that's okay. They held it, and again, Lloyd had it spent before he got it. He's given it straight back to Nat Fyfe, who loses the ball. Kennedy coming at him, holding the ball, the call.
Josh Kennedy.
Just got to get Tippett back out on the ground as quickly as they can.
Clever kick. Well, the unlikeliest of heroes. He hung on to it for 2 long moments ago. And now has to kick this. We're under 3 minutes. The clock is running. Gary Rowan Only about 30 metres out, 45-degree angle. But if he gets it, it'll be a goal of difference. We could be talking extra time. Who knows? Rowan. Well, not with that kick, we're not. But it gives the ball back to Fremantle. Fyfe.
They've been brave though, Sydney.
Wonderful.
Whatever happens.
Sydney 4-9 from set shots. Fremantle 7-3. Long ball. Tippett again. What a game he's played. Nobody, Franklin. Then they lost Reid early, and Tippett just keeps going. High ball in. Mark under pressure. Lee Spur. I guess Tippett was kicking to where Tippett needed to be.
They had nothing of any size down there, but you know, the worst possible outcome for them had to be that they were able to spoil that.
They load up again now. Sydney had numbers around it. They needed to keep it in. They couldn't do that. The ball rolls over the line with 2 minutes and 2 seconds left on the clock. 69-58. 11-point ball game.
So brave. Everything now needs to go right for Sydney to force it to extra time. Now we've got blood rule on Sandilands.
Blood rule, Fremantle.
Off he comes. Walking off the ground at a pretty important time.
With this lead,
boundary throw in.
With this lead though, Dennis, I'd be happy just to put the numbers behind the ball. And even if they do concede the stoppage, they've now got 2 extra players sitting behind the ball.
Mike in front, Clark works in front, taps it down, surrounded by Sydney players initially. The ball went in, did well. Quick hands by Neil. Ibbotson taken down. Neil goes with the outside of the boot. Pavlich again. So strong in front. It's not an admired role, the lead-up man, but he's done it well. Now McVeigh drives Sydney down towards half forward. Coming across Muzungu, and that might be enough. We're down to 1 minute and 35 seconds. When you looked at the two teams earlier today, you doubted this could happen. It looked like Fremantle's game for the taking. Well, Sydney had other ideas. Ball to the wing, slapped down in front and Hill. Hill gives it to Ibbotson.
Ibbotson then driving the ball towards half forward. Laidler was pushed by Walters. Got the footy. Ballantyne. Rampy did well. Runs away from Walters. Kick to the middle and Heaney. They're still on here. Quick handball forward. Gathered by Mitchell. Sends it down towards Tippett. Got under the football. Johnson meets it hard. Towers comes hard. Heaney onto the boot to bounce it through.
Oh.
He's missed it. Just brushing the post. 10-point ball game. 50 seconds on the clock. Surely now that's enough for Fremantle.
Oh, that's a heartbreaker. Neil to himself inside the last minute. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant by Rowan.
Do you know
How about that?
That might have been a goal had that not hit the post. I reckon that came off Rowan's boot.
Do you reckon he smothered it onto his own boot?
I reckon it came off his boot. Had that gone through, it may well have been a goal.
Well, Spur oblivious to that. 3-2. Ball comes outside the 50. De Boer to a falling Barlow. Hill back to Neil to Hill. Kicks it up towards the wing. Ballantyne's in front. Thumped away by Rampy. Brilliant by Hannebery. Back to Rampy. Inside the forward 50. Ibbotson run down. Tippett. Wonderful stuff by the big man. Jarred out of there. Lloyd. Hand passes. Eventually, though, it's Fremantle who prevail. Barlow. Main's kick was smothered. Bodies around the football now, and they lock it up. And we're down to 10 seconds. So Fremantle will advance to a preliminary final. But, gee, they've been made to work. Sandilands patched up. Kennedy's got the football and fitting the siren sounds perhaps when he's got it.
And if you didn't admire Sydney before this game, you'd have to admire them after this performance this afternoon.
You wouldn't want to go to Sydney and play them. Two preliminary finals in Perth then. Of the two teams that have won, no doubt who was the more impressive. Last night's West Coast Eagles, and Sydney so impressive this afternoon, but they go down by 9, and the faces tell the story. They have the warriors of the game. Perhaps a warrior for this week. that man, well, he was a guy who read the riot act at three-quarter time. Fremantle winners full time at Domain Stadium in what was a terrific competitive game of footy.